Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Craig, I'm a property investor, and today we're in Shard at my 3-storey, 2-bedroom townhouse. Come inside and we'll take a look. So this is the garden. The garden's shared by a couple of properties, so it's shared by this property here, and then this house here that's their front door. So we're planning on putting a fence along the side here, and this will go all the way up to the alleyway. So then this house here will have its own garden, and then we'll probably just do something on the floor here just to make it a bit nicer. And there's some flagstones down here, but we can't really add to that just because they're so old. And then over here as well, this used to be the old toilet pipe coming out and down, but for some reason the old owner has concreted it over. So we need to dig all this back up and then obviously create a new waste pipe to go in and then go across to the toilet that's going up there. It's having new windows, not throughout, some of them are okay, but these are old aluminium windows, single glazed, so we're going to put double glazed windows in, and then obviously repaint the outside white so it looks all nice and pretty. Yeah, and that's probably about it for the outside, but I'll take you into the lounge. So this is the lounge. As you can see, it's quite a good size, but it's got a couple of little quirky features. One being this over here used to be the stairs. So the stairs come down this line on the wall here, and then there would be a little turning point, and then the rest of the stairs would come down here, and there would have been a wall here at some point. But at some point they've taken this out and they've put the stairs into the kitchen. So we're going to take them out of the kitchen and then put them back into this lounge sort of porch area, just so we can get more room in the kitchen for the cupboards, which I'll show you in a minute. And then this wall here, I'm not sure what to do with this yet. So we got two solutions that we could do. We can either re-plasterboard it and then obviously plaster it, put the electrics in, and that'll be finished. Or the builder can rake out all these joints and then re-point it in and have it as a bit of a feature wall. So if you comment down below at the bottom, you can see what you prefer or give your opinion on what you prefer to do. Over here as well, this used to be a shop window. So this building as a whole used to be a shop, and then there was bedrooms upstairs. So you can see there used to be an old doorway here, which would have been the shop entrance. This would have been the shop window. And what they've done is they've loosely boarded it up, put a window in, and put this windowsill in here. But it's all just a little bit grotty, doesn't look very good. So what we're going to do is we're going to board all the way across here, bar the window. So this whole wall will be one flat space again, and then we'll just have an extended window board here, and obviously clean up this window, and then this wall will just be completely flat then. We'll put insulation in there, so it's all insulated, and then we're obviously putting new radiators in as well. And this wall here is very similar, so there's battens on there already, but we're going to basically insulate it and then plasterboard over the top. And then that way you stop any damp coming in and anything else like that. So yeah, the ceilings are just going to get plastered because they're already boarded, and this one we're just re-plaster, we'll paint green grit on, and then basically plaster over the top, or overboard and then plaster straight onto the new boards. So that's this room pretty much done then, but in the kitchen in here, So then in the kitchen in here, we've got all these little cubby holes, these weird little nooks and crannies, and there's some over there as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to flatten these off. These architraves will come off. This will get studded out and then boarded. And same here. So then all the walls will be nice and flat. And then we can have new kitchen units coming in here. Over here we'll probably have some sort of fridge freezer built in, and then a big tall kitchen radiator there just to get some heat in the room. These stairs are going to come out and obviously go into that room there. So this full stair set will come out. This up here will get boarded over flat, and then this will be a nice square room. It'll be, you know, like a good kitchen. And then over here we're going to have just a sink unit. So probably come to here somewhere so we get enough room to get out the back door, and then have a sink unit across here so we can get all the waste out and services. The cold main's coming in here, which is brand new, but just needs to be double checked because I'm not sure who put it in, what quality it was when it was put in as well. And then obviously, like I said outside, we're putting new windows in, new UPVC windows, so they'll be double glazed, and argon filled, so that will bring the EPC up as well. Yeah, that's about it in there. So we'll get upstairs and I'll show you it there. And this is the bathroom, or what was a bathroom, will be a bedroom. So you can see it's pretty grotty in here at the moment. There's loads of rubbish. There's this horrible cupboard in here that's got the old cylinder in and all the heating pipes and everything. But basically this wall here will come out completely, and then the room would go back to this wall at the back here. So it's going to square the room up a lot better. And then we're going to turn this into a bedroom. So there's plenty of room to get a nice double bed in here and some chest of drawers and a couple bits. And it'll be a smaller double bedroom, but it'll still be a good size. Likewise, we'll put a new window in here. This window will probably still have to be clouded though, because it looks down into the neighbour. So, and then this roof has already been replaced. So it's had new battens, new felt, and they've replaced the old tiles back on as well. And that's about it in here. Obviously we'll take all this plaster off and we'll replaster it and get it all nice to get any of these horrible wet damp patches out the way. And then the same on these walls here. We might insulate them before we plasterboard so we can get that extra insulation in there. Yeah, so that's it in there. I'll show you where the new bathroom's going to go. So this is one of the largest rooms in here, and it's a bit too big just to leave as a bedroom at the moment. So what the plan is we're going to form a bathroom here. I can show you with one of these, to be fair. So if you imagine this being a wall here, and then this being another wall here, we're going to turn this into a bathroom here. So we might have a bath along here, and then this wall will continue back here to turn it into a door, and this will get blocked up here, and then we can put a toilet on this back wall here. So if you imagine this would be a new doorway, so you walk in off the landing, doorway into the bedroom here, and then doorway into a bathroom here. And because there's an ensuite upstairs, it makes it a lot easier to put a slightly smaller bathroom in, because whoever's living up on the top floor will obviously have access to their own bathroom and shower in there. And it's a good way to create an extra bedroom in the back and more space. And as you can see, if this wall is here, there's still plenty of room here to put a nice double bed, and you know, just so much room in this room. It's got massive high ceilings as well, which creates more room in here. And then likewise over here we need new windows. So there's quite a bit of dry rot in the windows here, which you can see is all falling out. And this is an old aluminium window as well. So again, we'll replace this for UPVC. And then this will be nice and new. We'll probably take these boards off and just plaster. So they're dot and dab plasterboard on here, put a bead on the corner, and then just skim right up to the edges. And this all will disappear. This will be dot and dab to plasterboard, so make it nice and square. Yeah, and then obviously we've got to fit a full heating system as well. So we'll put radiators on the walls, run new pipes under the floor, new electrics everywhere as well. So I think this bedroom's only got one socket here, and there's one socket down there, and the cables at the moment are they're just tacked onto the wall, which obviously we don't want because it looks dreadful. So we'll get those cables in the wall, and we'll put the sockets at a proper height, and we'll bury them into the wall as well, so they'll be nice and flush. Yeah, and we're going to take these off of the roof as well because I don't like them. We'll just plasterboard it and plaster it straight, so you don't get all these lines on there. It's quite an old technique that it covers up the plasterboard lines if you don't have it plastered, but it's just not very nice. And there's a bit of damp here as well, which might have been fixed already. You can see it's just all peeling off the paper and everything. So, but I think what we do is we just get up on the roof, check the flashing to make sure that the flashing's okay. And then, to be fair, we've had quite a bit of rain lately, and you can see, even though it's blown, it is quite dry in there. So I think we should be okay. If not, we'll put a bit of flashing on there, and then that'll be fine then. But I'll show you upstairs to the master bedroom. So this is what I would call the master bedroom. It's slightly smaller than downstairs, but it's got its own ensuite bathroom. So it just makes it a nicer space to be in. It's up out of the way of the rest of the house. This window will get replaced, again it's UPVC, because it's just old and skanky. Even though this is double glazed, it's just not very nice. It's the old metal one. These walls here will get 50mm Celotex insulation, and then they'll also get plasterboarded on top and plastered. And the same with these ceilings, we'll get rid of this horrible battening, and we just skim straight over the top to make it nice and flat. You can see the old owner has made quite a few repairs. So they've plastered this wall here, and they've done quite a bit of the floor as well in places, but they've just not really fully done the whole thing for whatever reason, which means that I can come in and then obviously complete it. But we need to check all the electrics to make sure that they're all safe. We're not sure what they've done under the floors or connections. There's a few of these hanging around, so they could be live wires, but obviously our electrician would test all that and rip anything out that needs ripping out. In here there's an ensuite, which again has not been fitted that long ago, but it's just not very nice. I mean, this toilet's still got the stickers on, so this is pretty much a brand new toilet, but it's just not a very nice space. So we're going to take this out, we're going to take the basin out, and we'll probably put like a nice vanity unit in here, close, like back to wall pan, vanity unit, and then some sort of nice vanity unit here for the basin. This window is going to get boarded up, and then we'll just probably have just a small window here with some sort of frosted glass on, so you can still get light in here from outside, but obviously if anyone comes up the stairs they can't look in, and I think it'll just make this wall look a lot nicer. And similarly as well, we'll probably just take the shower tray out and take the shower off, check all the pipes in behind, and then aqua panel these walls, sliding shower screen, and then just tartan the room up a bit really. It's not a very nice space at the moment. It's a bit bland, it's a bit dated, even though it's new, it just looks not very good. So we get some nice stuff in here, get some nice units, and freshen it up. And then, yeah, that should be about it. Obviously we're putting new floors in as well. So we're getting new carpets in on any of the bedrooms upstairs. Downstairs we'll probably do some sort of laminate flooring and just make it nice, maybe a bit of herringbone, nice bit of grey carpet, and yeah, just update it. White walls, new skirtings, new paint, and yeah, that's about it. So I wanted to do a bit of an extended video because on Instagram you can't get too long a video in without babbling on. So I've had a few people comment and say that they like the videos, they like to see the ins and outs of how it's done. So I'll probably try and do a few more videos in between. Maybe when the builders are here, you can see what they're doing, what they're taking out. And on Monday, they're doing the full rip out. So after Monday, I'll come back, we can have another look. These boards will come off the floor Monday, so we can see what the boards are like underneath. And yeah, so I'll keep you updated. And don't forget to subscribe at the bottom, and then you get a notification.